Good morning. Hope you're glad to be back. Hope you had a good, safe vacation or break. I do want to talk a little bit about the changes of our class. Your face-to-face class has now changed to virtual. That's going to change a couple of the things that we do. But to be honest, the structure's the same, the content's the same. It's going to be a little different maybe on submitting, but even that's very similar to what we were doing first semester or first quarter, excuse me. I want to. The orientation is here in the folder. It says start here, fourth quarter orientation. If you click into there, I have taken out all the stuff from the last orientation of last quarter, but I did add some of the changes, and I tried to highlight them in red. I'll go ahead and go over those with you. The most important thing is we're not face to face and there's no office hours. I am going to try to um, be active in this class from 7 to 8, maybe 8:30. And so your best way to get me that day would be to email me. We could do Zoom if we need to do face to face, but I'm going to try to be on email every day or weekday, I should say. And if you get to me in the morning, I will try to address it that day. If not, give me 24 hours to get back to you. I do see you guys as my first block, and hopefully, I believe April 27th, we get back face to face and we get going. Hopefully, this is just a minor blip. Um, you'll notice this is the outline for the class. We have done the first quarter stuff. You took what felt like a midterm test. It was actually a unit test before you left for spring break. We've already done the DECA competition for the virtual business. And so that puts us starting the Unit 3, the pricing unit. We're starting that today. I just wanted you to know where we're at, and hopefully by the time we start the last unit, we'll be back face to face in class. Also, if you get lost on what you think you should be working on, there's a couple different ways to stay on pace. I put a pacing guide in here on what we should be doing by week for the next 5 weeks. Hopefully, we're back after that. That is one way. I'll show you another couple ways. And notice how, so I go through all the information. I'm using this next button to make sure I hit. And then I left the syllabus in here. I didn't really change much here. You'll notice there's still an area here that says office hours. As long as you ignore that, this is ready to go when we're back face to face. All the expectations and late work and all those all stay the same. And that takes me out of the orientation. Remember, we've already done most of this orientation before. That being said, I put it as a discussion board. If you'll go in there, just tell me what your setup is, or maybe something you did for spring break, and just get back in there, touch base with the class, and let me know that you got this information and that you're don't have any problems going forward with taking this class virtual. So that's kind of just to update me, and to make it more interesting. Give me a selfie of what you're doing or where you're hunkered down for the next couple of weeks. Now, the organization of the class really hasn't changed. We've done Unit 1, done Unit 2. If you go into this red folder, Unit 3, we're in Chapter 7, and you'll notice that Chapter 7 has a list of activities that will be due this week. I'm going to organize them in weekly chapters. And you'll notice we start this chapter with a lecture and the key concepts, which is very similar to how we would do it face to face, but you'll notice now that this lecture is virtual. And so not a lot of changes other than we're just not meeting face to face. What else do I need to tell you? I think if you just due dates. If you want a recap of weekly due dates, I'm going to put those in the calendar. Notice we have a couple things due today, a couple things due tomorrow, just every day for the weekdays. And so I'm going to make you get into the class, kind of check out what's new every day, Monday through Friday. And again, if you want to be active or get a hold of me, there are some strategies we can do, even be face to face if you have an issue or something we need to address fairly quickly. I will be available for this class from 7 to 8. But just come here and you'll know where everything is due, if that makes sense. You'll submit exactly the same. If you'll go to the grade book, it'll give you a list of what I've thrown um, into the grade book. And so it will organize it for you just like it did for Unit 1 and 2. And um, you'll notice that you submit everything the same. And I'm going to open up weekly work. I'm going to call them chapters. And so on Mondays, I will open up the next chapter. So right now, all you can see and all you can get to is the stuff you should be working on this week. Can you work a little ahead? Yes, you can. Um, will I be forgiving here, especially at the start, to kind of get in the routine of we're doing classes virtual? Yes, I will. But at some point, we got to do the deal. Hope you're safe. Hope you had a good spring break, and I'll try to make touch with you or get in touch with you tomorrow. Have a good one.